Ladies and gentlemen, welcome once again to the Slow Burn Pro Wrestling Podcast, where all professional wrestling storylines live. As always, I am your host, Matt Brandon, bringing you all professional wrestling's news, notes, innuendos, and whatever else you can think of. That is what we are here to do. We are here to talk about wrestling, and I can't freaking wait. We got a lot to talk about, guys. First off, welcome. I've been very, very busy. All right. So we've been kind of jumping around with our shows this week. And let me tell you, more of that is to come. All right. As we're moving forward to this week, I'm going to go ahead and say, obviously, we're doing our Tuesday show. We're good. Okay. I plan on doing a Wednesday drop if I get a chance, but that may be few and far between. Guys, I'm traveling for the next couple days. We got a couple things we got to take care of up in the Show Me State. Headed up to Missouri for a couple of days, and so that means access to everything that I need access to could be a little tough. I'll be watching the wrestling, but I may not be able to do as many shows. But I promise you, I'll be keeping you up on the Facebook machine. I may do a couple lives here and there. Regardless, we're going to get this done, all right? As I cruise through my last week of spring break, get ready to do a little work. But before we do that, we got some things we got to tend to. So there you go. We got a lot to go through. We got a lot to get through the rest of this week. Mania is upon us. We are less than 2 weeks away from WrestleMania, guys. Can you believe that? Like, it's almost here. And shit's starting to really, really shape up here. And some stories have kind of come back into focus. We were looking really good at some stuff. Now we're looking kind of mid some stuff. And now we're looking good again. I just think that Mania season is beautiful. But before we get into our Raw, which we are going to get into, you guys know I love the Tuesday Raw stuff. But this is a little bit of a special Tuesday edition because we have to cover AEW Dynasty. All right. We had AEW Dynasty Sunday night. And the pay-per-view was what did I put here? Dynasty. Some good, especially the matches. I thought that there was some really good wrestling. I didn't think every match completely hit, but I thought that some of the matches were really good. Same cannot be said for the storylines, okay? I had some issues here. I have some major issues here. First off, Philly, awesome job, way to show up. Philly crowd was great. I knew it would be. EC Dub, EC Dub. Like, thank you. You always know a Philly crowd. It's like a St. Louis crowd, baby. It's always going to hit. But other than the Philly crowd and really good matches, there were some major glaring issues with this pay-per-view, okay? And I'm gonna nitpick some stuff, and you guys know I want to be very, very clear. I am not an AEW hater by any means. I'm not a WWE hater. I love it all. Guys, my week consists of WWE, NXT, AEW, TNA, WWE again, AEW, and whatever else I can fall in. We're 7 days a week, baby. And I don't dislike or like anything better than any of it because it's wrestling and it's beautiful. So please don't take my critiques here as me being an AEW hater. I have gotten some of that on here. I have had some people call me out, oh, you hate AEW, you're just a WWE shill, whatever. Okay, if that's really what you think, you have not listened to any fucking thing that I have said since I started this program in December. You know, that's the whole thing here. I am a huge supporter of AEW, huge supporter of WWE, huge supporter of New Japan. I love wrestling. So anything I say is strictly with the critique in mind. I promise you it isn't going to get me to stop watching it. But there is some stuff here. There's some stuff that needs to be fixed. Let's just say it. So let's go ahead and get out there. I want to get into Dynamite or to Dynasty. I did that again. I did that the other day. And I want to get to Raw. We may run slow. I'm going to go fast on some of these matches. Some of them weren't quite what we wanted them to be. Same thing goes to Raw when we get to that. So if I gloss over something a little too quick, it's all for the sake of time, okay? Not that one thing is better than the other, period. And one thing is worse than the other. What are you going to do? All right, so I want to say this. Number one, again, the matches, great. But I'm not sure that this is what I wanted. I have come to the realization that the second I really get excited about AEW storylines and I think that things are going in the right place, something, and it could be something so simple, but something kind of gets in the way. And I felt like there were some get in the way moments in this pay-per-view completely. Now, before I go into the matches, I want to say something. Number one, AEW, please listen. Tony Khan, please listen. Christopher Daniels, please listen. Whoever. These pay-per-views are too long. Okay, it just is what it is, especially on a damn Sunday, man. Like we got to work on Monday mornings. And I know it's spring break. You're sitting here. You just told us you were on spring break. You don't have to work, you asshole. I know. I get it. I didn't, but a lot of you did. Okay, and normally I do. So that pay per view didn't get over until 12:30. Like, and it started at what 7? I mean, there was 5.5 hours of a pay-per-view. And again, don't get me wrong. I love it. I love wrestling. I would watch wrestling 24 hours a day if I could because it's that special to me. Um, However, life also happens. I don't know about you, but it's hard for me to give 5.5 hours to one thing, knowing that I have other stuff, to take care of, life. So, and for me, if you've watched wrestling with me, you guys know I got to pause a lot because I got to take care of a little boy and stuff, and I wouldn't trade that for the world. But there's a lot of pausing and fast forwarding action of things when it comes to wrestling at my house. This took you 5.5 hours. It took me about 6.5. So much so that honestly, I had to finish it yesterday morning. Okay. I couldn't make it. And that sucks, man. It sucks so bad. It sucks because my social media is nothing but wrestling. So therefore I get on my social media and it's just spoiler, spoiler, spoiler. So I have to make the glum decision that, oh well, I guess I'll stay off social media. Best decision I've ever fucking made. But yeah, it's just, man, 5.5 hours. Like, is there a need for 10 freaking matches in a pay per view? I know 2 of them were on 0 hour. I get that. But still, you're dealing with 8 matches, 5.5 hours. If you're going to have 8 to 10 matches, fine. But they don't all have to go 30 minutes. And that's the thing that I feel like that we're missing here. I'm not saying that the main event shouldn't be 30, 45 minutes. Like, it's old school wrestling. That's kind of the idea. NWA matches, Flair and Steamboat go Broadway for an hour and a time limit draw hits. Like, I love that kind of stuff. But 5.5 hours with that, like, I don't know, man. I got stuff to do. I will say WWE has found the sweet spot when it comes to PLEs, pay-per-views. And that's that 4-match thing, man. 4-match to 5-match card. You got enough time to plug your stories in between. You get good 20-minute matches, maybe more, depending on where they fall in the crowd. Like, they've got that figured out. And you're dealing with what, 3.5 hours worth of pay-per-view? Like, all right, that's only slightly more than what we get in a regular show. So, like, that's what you're used to. That's what makes sense. 5.5 hours, we've got to fix this. All right. Now, I get it. You have so much talent. You have so many people that you have to find spots for. That's why you do so many of those damn freaking triple threats and quadruple threats and 8-tuple threats and whatever else. Like, that makes sense to me, but you can make it work by shortening the matches some. You can make it work by building stories during the week. I mean, honestly, did Edge have to wrestle in every program this week? No, he didn't even have to appear in every program. Let some of the other guys get that TV time, maybe a promo or an interview here and there. Like, your number one top guns don't have to wrestle every single time they're on television. So save that for something special for the pay-per-view. We only have 5-6 matches on your pay-per-view. Now, instead of 5.5 hours, we're looking at 4 hours, maybe 3.5. And everything is so much more simple. The product is better. We get to rest. Us wrestling fans don't lose our damn minds. Like, I don't know. I really think that this is something that has to be fixed. It has to get better. Because let's be honest, guys, we're paying for these. Like, and it isn't about like I get so much bang for my buck. I mean, I'm paying $50 to Triller TV for a quality, amazing wrestling pay-per-view. That doesn't necessarily mean I need 10 matches. I can get just as satisfied with 4 good ones. Okay. As a matter of fact, me personally, that's what I want to see because I want to see those video packages in between. I want to see that build in between. That's what a pay-per-view or a PLE is all about. So that's my biggest issue that I had with this pay-per-view. That and the fucking officiating was awful. And I know what you're saying. Oh, it's determined, it's scripted. Don't say the fucking F word, right? We don't say the F word, Fake. But it still has a sports element to it. The referees play a role, and the referees sucked in a lot of these matches. Okay, some of the matches were good despite the poor officiating. I know what you're probably thinking. What the fuck is wrong with this guy? Like, you're critiquing the referees. Guys, it's part of the match, man. It's part of the match. And some of it was positioning, some of it was calls themselves. I just fucking didn't like it. And again, it's just one of those things. I will be watching Wednesday. I promise I will. And I'll probably love Wednesday. I'll watch Saturday. I'll love Saturday. But this here had it had some negativity to it. So let's get to the card, guys. 0 Hour was 0 Hour. Nick Wayne and the crew, they beat Top Flight and AR Fox. Mama Wayne gets involved. It was blah. Lots of high flying stuff, though. It was kind of fun to watch. Then we had the Max Caster Open Challenge. I wouldn't even spend any time on this, but it was actually pretty fucking awesome as Anthony Bowens comes back. The pride of wrestling. I freaking love that, man. New package, new video package, that is, new music, new gear. He looked good. And guys, if you know anything about Anthony Bowens' in-ring work, he can go. Like, the dude is outstanding. So that's why him and Max were so good together, man. They were such a good tag team that don't exist anymore. So, but I really did get into that pride of wrestling thing. I thought that was freaking awesome. Yeah, whether you're into it or not, I don't care. It's got a niche. It's got a place in this, and I like it. Build off of it. Build off of who you are, man. Be that moment. Be that guy. So, really good job there. And by the way, the pride of wrestling went over Max Caster. It was a squash match, is all it was. Billy Gunn with Anthony Bowens too, pretty awesome. So that brought us to the main card. What may have been match of the night was our opening card. By the way, I was very vocal in the fact that I wanted the Kenny Omega, Speedball Mike Bailey, Ricochet match to be the opener. I got vocal on that stuff the other day. We didn't get it. We got Will Ospreay versus Kevin Knight. That was supposed to be Jay White versus Will Ospreay, first round of the Owen Hart Invitational Tournament. Ospreay goes over, but damn. Kevin Knight, man. Thank you very much. I had seen a lot of Kevin's stuff in New Japan. Like, I watch New Japan. I love his tag team with Kushida. Love me some Time Splitter. But like, wow. And again, Will Ospreay is great. Don't get me wrong, but like Kevin Knight, man, that shit's the future. That's really good. I said the other day, Kevin Knight with in AEW now, Leon Slater at TNA, and Javon Evans for NXT, man. These are freaking young guns that they are going to shape professional wrestling for the next 20 years. Like, it is. Thank you for giving me this new young talent, man, and get them over. It's fantastic. And we're going to get some more. By the way, Kevin Knight is going to be appearing at Windy City Riot for New Japan coming up. I believe that's this weekend, tagging with Kushida. So I really enjoyed that match. What did we get after that? We got the Hurt Syndicate versus the Learning Tree. Big Bill and the Bad Apple Brian Keith taking on Shelton Benjamin and Bobby Lashley. Big Bill is amazing, but Shelton Benjamin stole the show. By the way, the high knee that Shelton Benjamin gave to Big Bill in the corner might have been my favorite move of the entire night. Like, it really was. It was that damn good. And I want to say this. I am freaking tired. I'm sick and tired of Bobby Lashley being looked like the Top Gun and Shelton Benjamin looking like the subordinate underneath. That doesn't work, man. They are equals. Now, I'm not saying Sheldon should be leading this thing. I'm saying you got two vicious dogs right there, and they should be leading the freaking leash on themselves. Like, it should be equals. That should not be one person over the other, because I promise you, Sheldon is better than Bobby in ring. They're probably equals on the mic. Hit and miss. Sometimes it's good. Sometimes it's lacking some. But in ring, man, oh man, Shelton Benjamin can fucking go. Like, I really, really enjoyed that. Also, I want to say Brian Keith, Bad Apple, took a damn beating here. Okay, but they keep their belts. The Hurt Syndicate keeps their belts, and I have a feeling that we may be getting to something with the Hurt Syndicate and these tag belts. Okay, we shall see. We shall see. Mercedes Moné over Julia Hart. I had such high expectations for this match. I really, really did. It wasn't a good match. There were some issues with this match from the onset. it just didn't work. Sometimes dance partners aren't good together. It's just the way it is, and maybe that's not the case here. But that match was not great. If I'm grading that match, I graded a C. And you might think like, well, hell, it's a C. That's passing. Yeah, you're right. But you're also talking about Mercedes Moné. Like Mercedes Moné is the thing right now as far as in-ring talent, in-ring work. I'm not saying she's Tony Storm, guys. Tony is the full package. I don't think there is a female in the wrestling business right now doing what Tony Storm does. But Mercedes, as far as a match, like we call Kenny Omega the best bout machine. Well, for the females, the best bout machine is Mercedes Moné. That was not the case here. All right. And again, I put on my notes here. It says she was due. And she was due for a bad one. She has been carrying all these guys. Now there were some missed spots in this match. The falling, slipping off the ropes kind of sticks out to me. But it doesn't change my opinion of anything. The match just was lacking. It wasn't a great match. And to be quite honest with you, I still was thinking about the earlier stuff that was going on. I really did. It wasn't a good place for this match, really. So I don't know. I expected more. Let's say that it wasn't awful. I just expected more. I've gotten so much out of Mercedes recently. So yeah, it actually it fell flat. It fell flat. It is what it is. Then we got the trios title match. We had the Death Riders, Claudio Castagnoli, Wheeler Yuta, and oh my god, what am I? Why am I drawing a blank? Pac. Oh my God, Pac in his street clothes. What the fuck? Yeah, Pac in his street clothes. Wheeler Yuta, Claudio Castagnoli taking on Rated FTR, Cope, aka Edge, Dax Harwood, Cash Wheeler. Match was okay. It was decent. Had a little bit of everything in it. By the way, I want to say something positive about Wheeler Yuta that I don't always do. His suicide dive may be one of the best going right now. He has a non-luchador suicide dive. I don't know if anybody is as good as Wheeler Yuta's right now. Really clean, really good job. Matter of fact, I thought he kind of stole this match. I thought he was the best thing in this match. So yeah, tip of the hat to you, Wheeler Yuta. That worked. But what we got out of this, Death Riders retain. I said that I picked Rated FTR to retain, to take the belts. All right. I wanted and new. I said that if they didn't, there would be something big happening, some type of heel split. And that is exactly what we got as Dax Harwood freaking gives Edge the pile driver, busts up his already very, very fragile neck. We get a concerto. Cash joins in with him. FTR beat the piss out of Cope. And Rated FTR is no more. Thank you, Tony Khan. Thank you for that. Rated FTR is a no-go. We need FTR. I don't need rated. Number one, Edge needs no help. All right? He's a Hall of Famer for a reason. Number two, FTR are one of, if not the best tag team in all of AEW, one of the best tag teams in the whole entire world. For real, like they need to be tagging. They don't need to be getting in on other people's business. And the other thing I like of this is the fact that they did it going heel. Now we're going to get a different side of FTR. And to be honest with you, a different side of FTR, a nasty FTR, that can take the belts from the Hurt Syndicate. Period. That's how it is. But what we're going to get for a little bit, we're going to get some FTR versus Edge stuff. Question is who becomes Edge's partner in crime with this one? Is it Jay White? Oh, that's right. He's hurt. You had no one else. This could be interesting. I'd be very curious to see what direction they go here with Edge. I hope that that maybe Edge gets a little break. Let's give him a little break. Let's bring him back around to All In just for some huge hype and have him lay somebody out. Like, I don't know. I think there's a real possibility right there. So, Tony Storm over Megan Bayne. Thank you. I made it very clear that if Megan Bayne beat Tony Storm in this match, that I was going to riot. All right, I'm sure that's probably the reason that this match outcome came like the way. Tony Khan didn't want to deal with the wrath of the slow burn. So, yeah, so good. Man, Tony, if there's anyone in wrestling better than Tony Storm right now, I don't know who it is. I mean, male, female, tag team, it doesn't matter, man. Tony Storm, everything she touches turns to gold. That match was outstanding. The match itself was good. The story was good. Tony with the freaking Rocky montage, wearing the Rocky gear. man, that all worked. Penelope Ford, I don't know why you're there. Megan Bain doesn't need any help, but I did love the fact that Luther, little little change in the garments there, going with a little Rocky action himself. He carries Penelope Ford out. I love that. Um, Megan Bain was awesome in this match, and that may have been a lot of Tony being great, but she looked very, very good. And what I want to say here is, until we meet again. That's coming. Matter of fact, it may happen at All In. I wouldn't be surprised to see Megan Bain and Tony at All In. But I do want to say, if you take that belt off of Tony at All In again, that'd be bullshit. If you're going to take the belt off of her, you better do it before, you better do it after. She doesn't need to lose in All In 2 years in a row. All right, that's the big dog. That's your biggest pay-per-view. That's your WrestleMania. Don't do that to her. She's carrying your damn company. All right, so great job. The Rocky stuff was great. Don't understand why Penelope Ford is out there. Moving on. Thank you, Tony Storm, for being a freaking ray of sunshine every time you were on my television. Okay. We had Kyle Fletcher over Mark Briscoe. That was a round of the Owen Hart Invitational Tournament. It was kind of a decent match. It was a good match. And I want to say Kyle Fletcher's freaking brainbuster on the turnbuckle is still one of the best finishing moves in all of wrestling. All right. His brainbuster in general is very clean. But the way he does that off the freaking turnbuckle, outstanding, really good move, really decent match, and Fletcher advances. So there we go. This tournament's going to be good. Then we come to the shit show that was Chris Jericho and Bandito. The match itself was really decent. It really was. Jericho ends up hitting Bandito with the mask. Gravity comes out. We got Bandito's family over to the side. Jericho takes Bandito out with the bat, pins 1, 2, 3. He retains Ring of Honor. And then for some fucking reason, the mother and sister decide to go have a conversation with the referee. We just let fans, I know it's storyline, I get that, but we just let fans over the barrier to go speak to a referee. Is this going to be what we do all the time now? So, like, if I'm sitting I'm ringside right now, and I have an issue with what just happened in the freaking match, I'm going to say, wait, time out, Aubrey Edwards, I need to have a word with you. Like, that's not the way. You missed that one. No, guys. I know we're dealing with predetermined outcomes, okay? I get that, but that's bullshit. It still needs to have a level of realism to it. It still has to be real to me. And I'm sorry, Bandito's mom complaining to Aubrey Edwards, the official, that he got hit with a bat and we need to restart the match. That's the stupidest fucking thing I've ever seen in my life. And I think Aubrey Edwards is one of the better officials in professional wrestling. I do. Matter of fact, I like her better than anyone else in AEW as far as refereeing. And I do judge the referees. I know what you're thinking, you fucking dork. I don't care. I think she does a great job. That was stupid. Tony Khan, that was dumb. It was, if you wanted to take the belt off of Jericho, you take the belt off of Jericho. You make Bandito look strong as shit, right? You do that and then you boost your champion. Not a smart move considering you should have kept the belt on Chris Jericho if Ring of Honor is really in the process of getting a TV deal. That's business side of things. I won't touch it. I get it. Just my opinion. But to change that, because she told you to, that's bullshit. So I'm moving on from that. I want to say there probably won't be a better match this week than Kenny Omega, Speedball Mike Bailey, and Ricochet. Wow. What did I write here? Number one, Speedball Mike Bailey and the crane kick. Keep doing that. I love that move. I think it's awesome. It's nostalgic. The crowd popped. I really, really want you to do that. So good. This match was so good. Ricochet looked great. Kenny Omega always looks great. Speedball always looks. I thought that was great, but Kenny Omega goes over. He retains the international championship. After the match, we got that stare off with Okada. We're gonna get Kenny Omega and Okada again. Thank you so much. I think they're gonna combine those belts, the Continental belt and the international belt are gonna become one. I don't know how much I like that. I didn't like it at all at first, but if it gets me Omega versus Okada, I guess I can accept it. So, great match. I want to say one thing before I move on. We are running out of time quick today, guys. I spent way too much time bitching, I think. Can we stop with the bald shaming, right? I mean, it just, tear to my eye. He's bald. The slapping of the head. By the way, I'm just joking. I embrace the baldness. I fucking love it. There we go. But come on, we can't shame people. All right, bald shaming is wrong. You can bald shame me all I want. I got thick skin. If I'm gonna dish it out, I got to take it. Period. Done. All right. Main event. I don't really want to spend a lot of time talking about it. Moxley beat Swerve. Moxley retains. I missed it again. I really don't know where this story goes. I really don't. I think that fans are so done with this. I know there are some fans that are supporting this. I'm to the point where I feel like you're supporting it because you love Moxley. Like that's where we're at on this now. This wasn't good, and my thoughts are is like now what do we do with Swerve? Like he deserves to be in these main event pictures. Now he's kind of booked a little weak. Does he ride off into the sunset for a couple months? Hangman Page was part of this match. What happens with him? Like I love the fact that the Ops came down to take out the Death Riders. I really like that. That could be an awesome trios matchup. Matter of fact, if anybody right now is going to take those belts, I would really be in favor of it being Samoa Joe and Hook and Katsuyori Shibata. But I just the match was okay. It had its ups, it had its downs. I thought Swerve looked really good. I thought Moxley looked really angry. The blade spot didn't work. The blood spot was a little off. It was very I don't know. You just tell. You could tell what was happening. I know we all usually know, but I don't want to see it. Like I just don't. I still want to be a kid when it comes to blood. So yeah, I didn't like it. I didn't like it. Guys, I scored this pay-per-view a B minus. By the way, the Young Bucks return. They take out Swerve at the end. I don't understand that. Like that makes zero fucking sense to me. Um, Explain to me this. You better have some really big freaking story links on Wednesday. That's what I can say. And I will withhold my judgment completely until Wednesday night on Dynamite. Hopefully the Young Bucks will be there. They'll tell us what's going on, but I don't know. Are they with the Death Riders? Like, that doesn't make any sense. Remember all those months ago when they were caught backstage shredding papers and blah, blah, blah? I don't know. Was that a Death Rider protection? Explain it to me. That's all I can say. And by the way, bring Jack Perry back too. So please, if you can. And but I don't like it. I don't like the story. I don't. End it. Please end it. Now, I did say this. I told my wife this earlier. And by the way, it's something else about this pay-per-view. My wife went to bed prior, and every freaking AEW pay-per-view, my wife always looks at me and she says, how many more matches till the main event? My wife loves wrestling. And she's like, how many more matches till the main event? Because it goes and goes. And that's what we got to. Hell, I mean, main event wasn't seen until freaking Monday morning. Start running your pay-per-views on Saturdays. There it is. There's your solution. Run your pay-per-views on Saturdays, please. I don't know. We'll see what happens. I don't know what happens with Mox. I don't know. The only way this storyline can be salvaged, in my opinion, is Bryan Danielson. Bryan Danielson comes back. That's it. So, uh, like I said, I scored it a B minus. It wasn't their best pay per view. It definitely had a lot of negativity in it for me. If you have an opinion on it, let me know, guys. I'm going to gloss over Raw. I may talk a little bit about Raw, but remember, I'm going out of town, so there wouldn't be. This may be a little a wonky week in the slow burn. All right, but in Raw, the women opened up. We got that triple threat match set for Mania. We knew we were getting Rhea, Bianca, and Io for the belt. That's going to be good. Lyra Valkyria over Bayley. That's going to be interesting because number one, the match was outstanding. Bayley can go with anybody. But Bayley was pissed. They're tag teaming up for this new gauntlet thing for the women tag match. So they're partners now, but they fought each other. There was some animosity. I'm interested in that. We shall see. American Made over LWO. God, I love El Grande Americano. That shit is fantastic. And what we got out of that was Rey Mysterio versus El Grande Americano at WrestleMania. Thank you. It's going to be fantastic. The Jay Gunther speech or a piece in the middle, the little promo. Gunther didn't get a chance. Jay, thank you for bringing this story back. This is what I needed. It's been a little off for me the last couple weeks. You completely circled it back. Great job, Jay. You're definitely going to be up there for promo of the week. New Day over the War Raiders by DQ. We're going to get that again. I'm sure that'll be a Mania week thing. Maybe do it next week. We shall see. Penta over Dom, setting up that fatal four-way at WrestleMania. We're going to have Finn Balor, Penta, Braun Breaker and Dom all going at it. What else do we have? Seth Rollins and Paul Heyman. Guys, I want to talk more about this because I have a feeling there may be a big shift coming in the realm of Paul Heyman. By the way, Seth, look, that was good. That was a really good job. We'll see. Guys, this has been The Slow Burn. Thanks for joining me. We'll have more time later, all right? Stay tuned. Lots of changes this week.